crazy scientists who left their mark on world history. You might think that crazy scientists only exist in science fiction and horror movies, but the reality is not quite what you expect. Here are some of those crazy scientists. Leonardo da Vinci. Most people know him for his works of art nowadays, but Leonardo da Vinci was definitely a crazy man. Apart from art, Da Vinci was interested in many other fields and had a passion for engineering, anatomy, and inventions. As a result, Da Vinci is known as the person who contributed to the invention of the helicopter. In the days of Da Vinci, the only flying things were birds and insects, and Da Vinci said, "I want to fly." Thus, he invented the air screw, a wooden mechanism made of canvas and bicycle parts. It only existed on paper, but Da Vinci's belief in his ideas is evident from its influence on the invention of the parachute. Da Vinci also had a fascination with studying cadavers. Professor Henry Markram. A more contemporary scientist, Professor Henry Markram, aims to place a living mind into a machine by the year 2018. This means he wants artificial intelligence to be perfect. The South African scientist hopes to create an artificial being, called the Blue Brain Project, that can think, feel, and even fall in love. He is doing all this in the hope of understanding how the brain works, so his intentions are not entirely sinister. Markram's motivation came when his son Kai was diagnosed with Asperger's syndrome, which eventually led to the theory that autistic individuals are more empathetic and have more to offer than people typically appreciate. Later, the Blue Brain Project gave birth to the Human Brain Project, which aims to shed light on the human brain and all the diseases that affect it. Giovanni Aldini. Italian physicist Giovanni Aldini is one of the two real-life figures known as the Victor Frankensteins. Aldini earned this reputation after his experiment in 1803, where he attempted to revive the dead using electricity. To accomplish this task, Aldini purchased the body of murderer George Foster, who had been executed for killing his wife and child. Sounds like just the person society needed, right? Aldini took Foster's body to the Royal College of Surgeons, where he connected electrodes to Foster and turned on the electricity. And almost everyone was shocked by the results. Foster's facial muscles twitched, his left eye opened, and a few hours later, he took a breath. However, when Aldini's battery ran out, Foster's body returned to lifeless state. Although Foster didn't leave that room, his story traveled from England and eventually reached Mary Shelley's ears. Johann Conrad Dipple. Johann Conrad Dipple, another scientist who inspired Frankenstein, was not one to put all his eggs in one basket. The interests of this German physician ranged from theology to alchemy, and among his hobbies were grave robbing, conducting experiments on corpses, attempting to create artificial life, and actively researching the philosopher's stone and the elixir of life that he claimed to have created. At one point, he created something called Dipple's oil, which, although originally intended as an insect repellent, was used until World War II. Dipple was also once found guilty of deviant behavior. Charles Hoffeling. Another contemporary madman, psychiatrist Charles Hoffeling, enjoyed testing the limits of people's obedience. For this purpose, in 1966, Hoffeling conducted what became known as the hospital experiment. For 22 nights, without informing any of the nurses, Hoffeling's imaginary doctor called the hospital and ordered them to administer a fictional medication, actually a placebo, to the patients. The fake medication did not appear on any approved list of drugs. Additionally, despite the label on the bottle clearly stating that the maximum dose a person should take was 10 milligrams, the nurses were instructed to administer 20 milligrams of this medication. What is disturbing is that out of the 22 nurses, 21 complied with these orders, thereby violating 3 rules of the hospital in not taking orders over the phone, not exceeding the maximum dose, and using an unauthorized medication. Fortunately, healthcare has improved since then. Elon Musk. Elon Musk, everyone's favorite real-life Tony Stark, actually has quite crazy ideas. For starters, he wants to completely change the way people travel with the Hyperloop, a superfast transit system that would take people from Los Angeles to San Francisco in just 30 minutes. This small idea took its first major step in May 2016 when the 2016 Hyperloop 1 successfully tested a propulsion mechanism in the Nevada desert. Another one of Musk's crazy ideas is leaving artificial intelligence, AI, unchecked. In December 2015, he founded OpenAI, an AI research company aimed at developing AI that benefits humanity instead of destroying it. To eliminate this idea, Musk, truly a mad scientist, raised $1 billion. J. Robert Oppenheimer. American theoretical physicist Julius Robert Oppenheimer taught physics at UC Berkeley for over a decade. However, most people know him for his work on the Manhattan Project, which developed the world's first atomic bomb, which was then top secret. He is known as the father of the atomic bomb for this achievement, and that's just the first crazy thing he did. His next madness involved preparing for international control of nuclear weapons and preventing a global nuclear catastrophe. In short, he presented Congress with brilliant and explosive toys, and then tried to take them back. Oppenheimer saw his security clearance revoked and his career ruined as a result.